everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch Doctor Strange movie figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style packaging we see with all the 6-inch Marvel Legends. You've got the window box, the figure's clearly displayed. Up at the top you've got the Legend Series logo, and then down below you have the character's name, and you have the Doctor Strange movie logo since this is a movie figure. On the very top of the packaging we have that Doctor Strange symbol, his window from his sanctuary, and then on the side we have some artwork for the character. On the back of the packaging we have a look at this figure as well as his Astroform figure, which we'll be looking at in a couple days, a brief bio in multiple languages, and then down below a look at all the figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete the Dormammu Build-A-Figure. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Now, before I get to Doctor Strange, I just wanted to touch base on something from my Iron Fist review the other day. I apologize, apparently I caused some confusion when I was talking about the hands and how the hands from the white figure weren't compatible with this green figure. So I basically, just because I was trying to make the point real quick, I plugged it in like this. But you know, basically it still doesn't work. You can pull the actual hand out from the wrist piece, but you can see this peg is much smaller, and so this hand really doesn't fit very well. You can plug in this and you can plug in the hand. Actually, I have the wrong side, but you get the idea. But you can see basically the hand still sticks out and it doesn't fit very tightly in there because it's a thinner, it's a little bit thinner. So, I mean, I guess if you really wanted to make it work, you could find a way, but it's not really compatible. These hands between these two Iron Fist figures are not really compatible. And that was the point I was trying to make the other day. So I apologize if there was any confusion with that. Okay, so getting back to the Doctor Strange figure, here's a look at it outside of the packaging along with the other contents. Now this figure comes with one of the legs for the Dormammu Build-A-Figure, and once we have all the figures in this wave opened up and all the pieces, I'll put this together and we'll do a review of it in its own video. So be sure to check back for that. Besides the Build-A-Figure piece, we also get this energy shield, and it's done with a semi-translucent plastic. You've got on the one side this design, this kind of magic design, I guess, and it's done with a white color, and the translucent plastic is an orange color. And then you also, on the sides here, you've got some mystic writings that you can see. It's kind of, it looks like it's done sculpted within the plastic, so it's kind of cool how that comes off. And then on the back you just have this handle, so basically what you do is you just have him hold it like you would a regular shield. It's supposed to be something that he conjures up, you know, an energy shield that he conjures up, but you have him hold it just like you would a normal shield. We get two different sets of hands, so we get a pair of open grip hands for holding that energy shield, and then we get a pair of magic conjuring hands. Looks like he's casting a spell or something with these hands. And these are done, you know, the skin tone on these is pretty good. Got a little bit of plastic scraping on the one pair of hands, but overall, actually those might supposed to be scars, you know, because in the movie he gets in an accident and his hands get damaged, so that might supposed to be there as a scar, but you can see it on both of them. There's these little lines. Switching the hands out is easy. Just pull off the hand you want to replace, and you've got the peg on the hand and the hole on the arm, and then you just plug in the hand you want to replace it with, and it fits in nice and tight. We also get this necklace with the Eye of Agamotto on it. I believe that's what this is supposed to be, and the necklace is done with a kind of a durable plastic, and it's just black, and you've got some sculpting here with a little bit of brown paint for, like, I guess that kind of rope effect, and then the eye itself is done with a gold metallic paint, and you've got some sculpting detail on it. Now this is attached, this is on the figure when you take it out of the packaging, but you know, it is something that you can remove. And then the same for the cape. He's got this cape which is done with a maroon type red color, and you've got some nice sculpting detail on the back here with these line work and some rough kind of to give it that added texture in this one panel of the cape. And again, this is done with a vinyl material like we normally see with capes. And then you've got these little gold clover leaves or something, look like some kind of leaves with the little black, and then you just put it on the figure, you just slide it over the head. So for the figure itself, I think they've done a pretty good job here. The face sculpt I think is pretty good, and they've done a pretty decent job of capturing the actor's likeness. I do think the skin tone is maybe a little too pale, and they overdid the gray on the sides of his hair a little bit too much. If you look at the pictures, he doesn't have quite that much gray, but that doesn't bother me too much. And again, I do like the sculpting. For Marvel Legends, I think they've done a nice job of capturing the actor's likeness. Now for the rest of the figure, I think this is pretty good looking. It's not 100%, doesn't seem to be 100% accurate to what we see in the movie. The color on the sleeves are a little bit darker than what we see in the actual movie. This looks like a very dark navy color, and it's a lighter blue color I think in the actual movie, but that doesn't bother me too much. They probably went off of concept art. And then like these wrappings, like he's got these brown leather straps around his wrists, but if you look in the movie, he's actually got some white, looks like almost bandage wrappings here as well. So, but again, not a major deal to me. He's got this skirt piece that's done with vinyl material. I already told you about the cape and everything. And then he's got these belt pieces, which I like the detailing. You've got some sculpting detail on these belts to give it that leather look, and then you've got the metallic gold for the buckles and the tabs. Same here with these brown straps on his arm. You've got some sculpting detail. You've got some wash effect on this tunic piece, this outer shirt piece that he's wearing, and this is a lighter color blue, and this is more in keeping with what we see in the actual movie, I think. And then you can see the inner shirt here at his collar and stuff, so I like that sculpting detail. I like the wrinkles and the folds and everything, so nice detail. You got some texture on this bottom piece, and again some detailing with the belt on the back as well. And you've got, again, the wrappings here on this outer shirt piece. So it's not 100, I wouldn't say it's 100% movie accurate, but it's close enough, and I think the figure overall looks pretty good. And then underneath, he's just got these, looks like a very dark navy color for the pants, and then the boots themselves are just a black color. So this figure stands at about 6 1/4 inches, maybe a little over 6 1/4 inches tall. Here's a comparison with his comic book counterpart. Now this is the first one that Hasbro released that I think was in that Hulkbuster wave. And then finally, here's a comparison with some other Hasbro Marvel Legend movie figures: Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Thor. And while I can't say that I'm super excited yet for the actual Doctor Strange movie, I haven't seen anything in the trailers that makes me super excited as of yet. I definitely am interested to see how he's going to fit in with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what role he's going to play, is he going to be a key part of the Infinity War. So definitely interested to see how that plays out. So for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and the right. It's attached with the ball hinge joint, so he can look down and he can look back a little bit. He's got the arms that are attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so he can get his arm out good, and he's got pretty good rotation there. A little bit tight, but he's got pretty good rotation. He has a bicep swivel. He has a double hinged elbow, so he can bend his elbow pretty good. He's got swivels at the wrist, and he's got hinges on the hand, so he's got good up and down movement. He does not have an ab crunch joint, but he does have a waist swivel, and you can kind of bend over a little bit there at the waist and look back there at the waist as well. Legs are attached with ball joints, but because of the skirt piece, he can only do the splits about that much, and you can get the left leg forward pretty good, but the right leg is somewhat limited with, again, that skirt piece. He does have a thigh swivel. He's got a double jointed knee, so he's got good bending at the knee. He's got boot cuff swivel. He's got hinges on the feet, so good up and down movement, and he does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I like this figure. It's not 100% movie accurate, but I think it's close enough. I think the face sculpt is pretty decent. He does have a little bit too much gray, but still overall, I think it's a decent looking figure. And so if you're a fan of the movie figures, I think this is one you'll definitely want to add to your collection. I also like the energy shield, which you can use with like your comic book Doctor Strange or other magic wielding figures if you want. So this figure, the wave with this figure, has not yet hit shelves here in the United States. It has started shipping from overseas retailers like Robot Kingdom. Also, Big Bag Toy Store just recently put this wave up for pre-order, and they do have it listed with a release date of sometime this month. So probably towards the end of the month, they'll start hitting shelves here in the United States. We'll have a full gallery of images up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.